Most of us have experienced a point in time of our lives where we've questioned God and wondered, why is this happening to me? Because as humans, it's natural for us to want to know the ins and outs and the whys of what is going on in our life and in our situations. One of the best examples of this is the story of Job. And if you don't know that story, here's a quick background. The story opens up in chapter 1 where Satan approaches God in the heavenly courts. Basically, Job was a God fearing man. He was respectful, he was kind, he was giving, but despite him having good character, he was tested and had everything taken from him in a matter of a day. Satan approached God and was like, hey, he only follows you and worships you because you give him everything that he needs. And God was like, okay, well, if that's the case, I'm going to allow you to rip him of everything that he once knew, and we'll see if he still continues to have faith in me. And that's exactly what happened. Job lost his kids, his home, his cattle, his animals, his wealth, everything in a matter of a day. And despite him losing that, he still remained faithful to God. He questioned and wondered, why is this happening to me, Lord? To the point that his wife told him, how about you just curse God and die? In other words, there's no point of you even living. What do you have to live for? You've lost everything. Just go ahead, turn your back on God and die. His own friends are even questioning his integrity. They're even telling Job, you must have did something wrong because all of this is not happening to you for no reason. And even Job himself got to a point where he was doubtful and he even regretted the day that he was even born. And a lot of us question and a lot of us wonder, why? Why did this happen? Why did God allow these things to happen to Job? Why does God allow things to happen in our own personal lives that we don't understand and that gives us stress? We do know that God allows us to be tested and he allows us to be tried because that is when our endurance is built, that is when our character is built, and that is honestly when our faith is strengthened. We'll never have all the answers as to why God allows certain things to happen in our lives. But maybe if we stop focusing so much on the why and start asking God about the what, we would have a better understanding. What is it that you are trying to teach me in this season? What is it that you want me to learn from this, God? What are you trying to get out of me? It is easy to pray and it is easy to worship and it's easy to go to church when everything is going right in our lives. But do we still keep that same faith when things start to get a little difficult? But despite being tested, Job was rewarded with double of what he lost. So if you're being tested right now, you're going through a difficult season, just know that it's not where your story ends. Continue to keep the faith and continue to keep your trust in God.